So we got ourselves a sleeper free agent, potential free agent signing. Okay. Will Hernandez. So Will Hernandez tore his ACL last year. He's going to be hitting free agency with a torn ACL. So he will be off the radar for some teams. Other teams are still going to be interested in him because he's still a really good player. But it will bring down his price tag because he is 29 years old, torn ACL. He's going to have to recover from that. Hopefully he'll be ready to go by the season. But if we can get him at the correct price tag, let's say less than $6 million, $7 million a year, which again, easier said than done. But if he has any setbacks or any problems, we could potentially get this guy and he could at least be ready to go by week 2 or week 3. And as I've said many times, I do want Kevin Zeitler. I want to bring Kevin Zeitler back to the Bengals. But if you get this guy for the correct price tag as a backup to Kevin Zeitler or potentially a starter over Cordell Volson on the left guard position, this could be a really good option for us. Again, this is a sleeper pick, sleeper free agent. Because again, everything has to work out. First off, price tag has to be correct. Second off, he has to come back from this torn ACL and be 100% and not have to have any setbacks. Even if he does, I think that kind of just lowers the price tag even more, in all honesty. But last season, before he tore his ACL, he did come in at a 74.2 pass blocking grade, a 66 run blocking grade, and a 69.3 overall grade. Pro Football Focus has 11 guards, a position expected to be on the Bengals to-do list, listed in its top 100 players with expiring contracts. Number 11 on the list was Hernandez, who's played 97 games, 91 starts in 7 seasons for the Giants and the Cardinals. He tore his ACL last year, week 5, which is actually somewhat positive news here, because that means he'll be hopefully ready 100% to go by the season. So he could be limited with rehab during the, off-season program. Everyone's a yes, depending on the price tag. But we need to find someone like this. We need to find someone who has a low price tag and a very high ceiling. Okay? We don't have all the money in the world. We're going to have to pay T, Chase, Trey, Mike Gesicki. We're going to have to pay all these guys. So at the end of the day, we have to make do with what we have. And when you don't have that much, you got to figure it out. Now, obviously, we are going to cut players and we're going to work around contracts with that. Restructuring Joe Burrow is a huge thing there. But even with all that being said, we still have to use our money in a smart way, because we have a lot of positions we have to fill. We have to fix this offensive line. We're probably going to add a wide receiver in free agency potentially. We have to fix this defensive line, potentially add an edge rusher. Linebacker in free agency. If we don't add an edge rusher in free agency, we'll do it through the draft, but then you're banking off the fact that Duke Tobin actually is going to pick good draft picks. You're going to probably add a safety or veteran safety in free agency. You're looking at a potential cornerback in free agency. And then again, you also are talking about you want to bring back BJ Hill. You want to bring back Mike Hilton. So there's all these things. And at the end of the day, we do have enough money to in some way work all this out. If we go back to our salary cap right now, we're at $46.2 million. But that's not including players we are going to cut. Like, for example, we're most likely going to cut Sheldon Rankins. That brings us up to $55.8 million. Alex Kappa. That brings us up to $63.8 million, right? Once we get through all these cuts and we work out a contract extension for Joe Burrow, we restructure his contract, we're going to be able to have a lot more money. But again, these contracts are going to start to eat up that money quickly. Chase's contract might not, depending on how he structures it. If it's team friendly, it could help out. Trey, again, depends on how he structures. I mean, every player is how they structure it. But Sam Hubbard, for example, will probably end up cutting him. That's $73.3 million. So again, it does go up, but it also goes down very quickly. Let's say we got rid of Jermaine Pratt. 79.2 million. So again, it does go up, but we do need to again figure everything out after those contracts come in. T is going to cost a crap ton of money. Chase is going to cost a crap ton of money. Trey will cost some money, and Mike Gesicki, if we bring him back. Right now, it looks like Joe Burrow wants him back. So my guess is they're going to try everything to bring him back, but we might cut Zach Moss as well. Who else? I think for right now, that's pretty much it for the top players we would cut to save the most money. Yeah, I'm going to guess that, yeah, that's pretty much it for the top players. So 82.52 million, but then you add in again Chase's contract. So again, it's possible, right? But you also got to keep in mind our front office is like, you know, a 3-year-old throwing rocks at each other, like smashing rocks in their hands and saying, you know, boom, 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 boom. So my faith in the front office is always absolutely dog crap. Let's figure it out. One step at a time. We need a hit on one of these like sleeper players though. And that's a Will Hernandez could be a really good option for. Is we hit on someone like that for a cheap price and the ceiling is high and we actually hit on that high ceiling.